Hello there. Today we're going to be covering Section 6.9 Configure and Verify IPSLA with ICMP and also Section 6.10 Configure and Verify Tracking Objects. It's a really straightforward lab. There's not too much configuration that needs to be done, but IPSLAs are pretty powerful. They can basically track when and continually ping a link to make sure it stays up, and if it doesn't, you'll know about it. So the first thing we're going to do is just configure the IP addresses. And we'll change the host names to R1 and R2. Okay, so that's done. Now we're actually going to create the SLA by using the command IPSLA 1. Okay. Now we can set up a ICMP echo. And then the destination is just going to be R2's IP address. Okay, that's all we really need to do. And then we can set the frequency. For every 10 seconds, we're going to send a ping and verify that it succeeded. But just by creating the SLA itself, it doesn't actually activate it. You know how most things you create the configuration, but you actually have to go into an interface and activate it, or something different. And it's the same thing with IPSLAs. You actually have to create a schedule for the SLA, and then you have to refer to the number that you just created, which was 1. And then for this lab, we can just say the start time, and then they provide us with all these different commands. We can just say start now, and then we can say life, which is the length of time to execute in seconds, and we can either provide a seconds value. The default's 3600 seconds, which is an hour, or we can just say forever, which we're going to do. And then once you see that CR right there, that means you can enter the command without entering any more commands in, or there's additional commands that you can enter in. But for this example, we're just going to hit enter. And then we can also create a track object. And we'll just call it 1. And then it's going to refer to the SLA of 1. And then we'll just say reachability. And we'll get out of that. And so let's see what happens if there's a link failure, and then we lose a connection to R2. Let's see if R1 recognizes anything. Okay, so you can see there's a message that says tracking state IPSLA 1 reachability up, and it went down to down. So let's see if we provide a no shut, if we get another message. Okay. So it does detect it, and it says the reachability is now, it went from down to up. And we can also look at the SLA itself. And we can see that the only SLA that we have in operation right now has an ID of 1. And the latest operation return code was okay, which means it succeeded. And there's been 6 successes and there's been 5 failures. So every 10 seconds there's a ping that's hitting R2's E00 interface and then returning a code that says it succeeded or it didn't. And when we shut the interface down, there was 5 failures. But if we hit this command again, now there's 9 successes and only 5 failures. And that number is going to continue to grow under the successes column every 10 seconds. And this is just a nice thing to have. SLA stands for Service Level Agreement, and it's a way to provide statistics for network administrators and other people that are managing the network. So hopefully I hope that you found this to be informative and